Hello, everybody. I'm going to show you how to finish your how-to presentation today. First of all, those of you that have been working on this project, you guys are doing an awesome job. I'm loving to see all the different topics that you guys are doing. So keep up the great work. So this will be part 3 and the final step of the how-to project. On the first part, we created our title slide and found our video. In part 2, which we did last week, we created all our step slides. And now today, we're just going to put the final video in and give it a consistent look. Make sure everything looks right. Do some transitions and animations. Do our spell check. And then we're going to present it so we can see it looks okay. And then we're going to be done. So you're going to really want to make sure that when you are finished doing all these steps today, that you hit the turn in button so that I can see your work. Alrighty, so step 1, you guys that have found videos already, have them inserted on your title slide. So what you need to do is actually get it off of here and put it on the last slide of your presentation. So I've already kind of moved ahead to the bottom here, and I've created a slide already. So I have a title on it. Now I just need to put the video on it. The title, the slide that I used from the list here was the title only one. So that way I could put the video anywhere I wanted it. Alrighty, so to get to the video, right now you have it here. Best thing to do is to make it easier on you, just click on it and go ahead and get it to launch in YouTube there. Hi, I'm Arthur Elliott. And up here is the website that you need to use. So let's go ahead and click on that one time. And we're going to copy that. So Control C. I'm going to return to my slideshow and go down to that new slide I just put in. And I'm going to insert my video here. So I'm going to do exactly what I just said. I'm going to insert my video. And I'm going to click in there and paste in. So Control V, my link to my video, and I'll hit search. And it's going to populate my video. So I'm just going to click on it and click on select. Now, if by chance the website that you put in here does not generate a video and you know it's a YouTube video, go ahead and use the by the URL method, paste the same thing in here, and then usually that works. Hopefully, though, none of you have that problem and it works going through this method here. All right, so once I hit select, it's going to go on to the slide. This is just like a picture. All you have to do is use the corners to maybe stretch it a little bit. I can use my mouse and move it over, so it's just like a picture. All right, and it's a little too big. It's cutting off the J of my jelly there. All righty, and my video is inserted. So that was step 1. All righty, step 2. You are going to make sure that you have a consistent look to your slides. And so what I mean by that is that your titles, font sizes are all the same. Your font colors for your titles are all the same. The font that you use is the same throughout. So when I click on my first slide, I can take a look that my title on the first slide is the Playfair font and it's at a 48. Now this is the title slide, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. All right, and my subtitle is in a different font and a smaller font size. So I can make changes to my slide. So I'm going to actually make this have the same font that I had in the one above. Not letting me select it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and choose that Play Fair display. So it matches my title, and I'm going to actually increase that a little bit because it's kind of small. And I'm going to take this web link off because I don't need it on there anymore. And this slide seems a little empty to me, so I'm actually going to just go ahead and do a quick search for a picture to put on my title slide so people know what my topic is about. All right. If I can find a picture there that I want to put on there, I can go ahead and click on this one will do. and you can put it on there. Obviously, it might come in huge like this one did. I'm going to shrink it down. I probably would take a little more time and take the background off, like I did before in my video last week, where I'd go to that remove.bg and take that off. But we're going to save some time in this video and move on. All right, so the next one, title slide. Okay, play fair display 32. Let's look at the next one. Okay, 32. See how the slide titles are all the same font and all the same size. Okay. Now, same thing with your steps, the information that falls below. Okay, so this one we chose to choose the Lato 30 for the steps. So let's see if we did the same on all of them. So far, so good. Click on the step, Lato 30, Lato 30. Okay, so there's what I mean by consistency. All right. Now, you can add a little flair to this if you wanted to change your titles up a little bit. So like everything's white. So maybe I want to make my titles a different color than my words. So I can go ahead and just go into each one and I can select the title and I can change the font color. So that's a way to kind of spruce it up a little bit and add a little bit to it. All right, so that if you do make that change, you want to do that same change on all your slides. You got to be consistent. All right, step 3, make sure your slides fill the space. Okay, so when I look at the words on here, it's easy to read. There's not too many words. I also have the picture off to the side, which looks very nice. I do have some empty space down here, so I could possibly increase my font size a little bit. But remember, I want to be consistent. So I'm afraid if I increase my font size here, I'd have to change it on this one. And then I think I might have my words running off the page. So what I don't want to see is something like this, where I go ahead and I change the font to a huge size to fill the space. And now my slides are not consistent. Okay, so when I go from this slide to this slide, there's such a big difference. Okay, it doesn't look consistent that way. So I want you to use your best judgment. It's okay to have like a blank gap right here, but you notice on the next slide it fills it up pretty good based on the number of words. Okay, so don't be afraid to readjust your pictures to kind of fill in some of the space as well to make it look consistently. All right, last but not least here, spell check. I think you guys know how to do that already. Make sure you go to tools and run your spell check. And animations and transitions. Okay, so on this, what you're going to do is click on the slide, click on transition. And I'm on the first slide. This is very easy to do. This is how the slide comes onto the screen. So right now I'm going to, it's set for none. So I'm going to click on it, and under none here, I'm going to choose for it to flip in. And I'm going to just easily say apply to all the slides. And that way I have transitions on all my slides. So how I know that is if I click on slide 1 and hit present, and I click, it's going to flip. Then click, it's going to flip. It's going to flip for every slide I have. So that's what we call a transition. It's how the slide comes onto the screen. Okay. Next thing we want to add is some animation. Okay. So you animate the pieces of the slide. All right. So on this slide, I have 3 pieces: title, subtitle, picture. So maybe I don't want to have the words do anything, but I like the picture to come flying in. So this is considered object animation. So I'm going to click on my picture, click on add animation, and I'm going to have this one fly in from the bottom. And if you hit play, it'll show you what that looks like. So there's how it came on the slide. And then it says here it's going to happen by on click. So if I click my mouse, then it's going to fly up from the bottom. So I'll hit stop to stop playing. If I don't want to have it happen on click and I want it just to happen automatically, I can say after previous. So once the slide comes on, then after previous, the picture comes on. So I don't have to click to make that happen. So if I hit play this time, slide comes on, sandwich comes up, and I never clicked my mouse. Now, you don't have to animate every piece that's on the slide. So on this one, I only animated the picture. This one here, I don't have a picture on here, but I could. And maybe I want to just animate the list that I've put on there. So same thing, click on the list, animation. I'm going to go ahead and have it fade in. But again, I'm going to just say after previous so I don't have to click the mouse. If I hit play here, you'll see the slide switch. And then after previous, it just faded in. I want you to add animation, a animation to each slide. So you don't have to animate each piece. I want you just to be able to animate at least one thing on each slide. So I have the first two done. I'll come here and maybe again, I want to add animation to my picture. So I'm going to have it spin. And after previous, and when I play that one, you'll see it spin. When you're all done adding all your animations and transitions, you're going to go ahead and hit the present button up here so that you yourself can see how your show looks. It'll take over your whole screen. All right. You will have to click to get the next slide to come up, but if you use the after previous, the picture should automatically do its job, or its words, or whatever you selected. Alrighty, I hope this helps you finish your project. Please make sure you turn it in when you're done. One thing to do as you watch this show, just go ahead and hit stop and watch, do a little bit as you go. So take care. I can't wait to see your final product. See you later.